Hey, what's happening? This is Jerry over at Wealth Dynamics. Hope you're having a great day today. Hey, I want to share with you my thoughts. I'm just wrapping my day up, heading back home from the office. And I want to share with you the key to having freedom over your time. And it's not passive income. Okay? Like most people think passive income, residual income. Most people think that's the key. And I'm not going to downplay that. That definitely is important. I have passive income. I love it. But the thing is if you're relying on passive income, you're still relying on a fixed income source, which means you don't have freedom over time. It means there's a portion of your income that you may not have to work for, but it doesn't mean you have freedom of time. Okay? The only time that you will have freedom of time is when you have an abundance of resources to the degree that you no longer have to work for it. Okay, and ultimately it will take some energy. Even passive income is not actually passive. You're gonna have to look at financial statements. You're gonna have to manage managers. Like, you will still be involved to some degree. So what is the key to controlling your time? What is that key? That key, my friends, is sales. Okay, I love to break it to you. Usually they say I hate to break it to you, but I love to break it to you. The key to having complete, total freedom over your time is the ability to sell. Okay, think about it. If I am trying to gain freedom of my time, there's two ways I can do it. Option number one, I can restrict my standard of living to match my income and live off of that income and try and live below my means, or I can figure out how to get excess margins to the degree that I don't need to live on them and they can purchase my freedom because I have so much affluence. I have so much in excess. The only way to do that is sales. Okay, like I remember my first big sale. And I've been on the passive income craze before, but I remember my first big sale. Now, I used to be, when I first started in the industry, I used to be in an MLM called Primerica. That's where I got my start. And in Primerica, it was about override income. It was about how do I get passive income off of somebody else's work so that I don't have to work. And conceptually, I was like, man, that's a beautiful idea. Okay, these people go out in the field, they make sales on insurance. I don't show up. I don't have to be anywhere. I get paid, right? Passive income. So my first passive income check was at the age of 19. It was $180. And I remember being on a camping trip, and I got paid my first override, my first passive income. And I was like, man, it was novel to me. I was like, man, I was just camping, and somehow I got paid, and I was not involved in the transaction at all. And I thought that was really cool. Now, fast forward probably 2.5 years, and I remember closing my first $1 million deal. Now, I worked that deal. I put time into it. I put effort into it. I put together several proposals. I met with the client. And on one deal, I made 30 grand. And I can remember the feeling of freedom I had on the passive income that I earned and also on that big deal that I closed. And guess what? On the deal that I made my first 30 grand, my first $1 million transaction, I felt more free then than I felt on my first passive income. The reason why is the $180 couldn't do anything for me. That $180 did not make a difference. Yes, it was passive. Yes, I didn't have to work for it, but ultimately it wasn't enough to make any difference in my life. It wasn't significant. It was just the novelty. Now, the ability to go make 30 grand in one swipe, that was a difference maker. That was something I looked at and I was like, if I can do that over and over and over, imagine what I could produce. Imagine what my income could be. Imagine how much wealth I could build. So guys, the key to having total freedom of your time is not passive income. It's not quitting your job. It's not a side hustle that you don't have to put any effort into. It's the ability to sell. It's the ability to control the volume and the margin on a transaction at will and duplicate that over and over and over. And ultimately turning that into systems and people that do that for you. And you still do manage the systems and people. Okay, building a business is not a solution for laziness. You still manage the systems and people. But that ability to make that kind of money is going to give you more freedom than passive income will. That ability to make that kind of money in sales will give you the ability to even get passive income in the first place. So guys, I hope that that changes your mindset, maybe gives you a little bit of a new perspective on financial freedom. It does start with sales. It starts with sales. It ends with sales. Your ability to sell will dictate your financial freedom. Now, if you're watching this and you're like, man, I hate sales, it's because there's something you don't understand about sales. There's something you don't understand about sales, which means there's something you don't understand about communication and other human beings. And if you knew that, then you'd be able to make the sales. So guys, I hope that that helps you. I hope that that gives you some new perspective. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if it does. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic night, and I'll talk to y'all soon.